I'm Ben Reed, and I'm Managing Director of Hamilton Jet. We are the leading manufacturer of water jet propulsion systems in the world. 3 years ago, we rolled out a new corporate strategy, and as part of that, we took our first Ask Your Team survey. I really wanted to get to the bottom of what people actually thought about the business. I wanted to hear their views, and I wanted to engage them at the start of a journey of transforming the business. My experience was asking people's opinion was just a way of doing things. It was very much a matter of course. So when I came here 8 years ago, as a business, we really had never used any kind of survey tool to get people's opinions on how the business was doing, how it was perceived. Very much a part of what we do as a matter of course now is break down the feedback, look for the areas where we think we can have the biggest impact in moving the needle next time round, and picking a few areas in order to develop. And that's something that within our corporate culture, the leadership culture starts with my group, and we start with our 3 things that we're going to try and influence. But down below us in the different teams and the different management levels, they also go through the same process and say, where can we actually contribute to moving the needle? So you get that input from the workforce, then we do some work on it, and then you get some feedback at the end of it to say whether you've been successful or not. One of the scores that we weren't picking up any particular sort of positive scores on was around sustainability. So we chose that as one of our focus areas at the senior level last year and pieced together a combination of what we had already committed to do with some new initiatives into a strategy that now is part of the business. It's really important to be able to connect people to the activities they've seen us working on during the year back to the Ask Your Team survey. So we always show people the results when we first get them in. And we'll tell people this is what it currently looks like, here's where we were better and worse to last time, and here are the activities that we've chosen to focus on. So hopefully you're kind of connecting people to things that are going on. So when it came to the customer voice module, we had spent a long while prior to that becoming available thinking about the complexities of asking our customers for opinions. We'd got ourselves to a place where we just almost couldn't figure out how to go about doing customer feedback. We would tend to interview customers on a kind of sporadic one-off basis to get feedback. And we thought for a first instance, we would just ask the distributors, what do they think of us as a supplier? Because they do buy our products off us and then sell them on to their customers. We sent them the customer side of the survey, and then we'd had our internal people. And the results were quite fascinating. Something that was very clear from the outset is that our distributors perceive us as a partner to them. So we had some really positive feedback about the nature of our relationship and the way it feels pretty close compared to some of the people in the same industry doing a similar thing. But then when we compared that set to our internal folks, their opinion was actually quite a lot lower than the reality. And I think that's a really good revealing thing for us, the people who are sat in the middle, who are struggling with the day-to-day communications, and we're actually finding that quite disheartening in a way, and they almost imagined that the distributors must be feeling the same way. So to have separated that out and really understood it was quite a revelation as part of that process, and I think we'll be thinking about that and feeding on it for some time.
It's a change for us going through the actual survey process with our distributors, and rather than just stoically sticking to how we've always done it, actually being a bit more flexible and more market driven. Yeah, I mean, the feedback we got was great. I mean, they had never been asked properly. They never felt that we really listened. The feedback from the distributors was that they'd like to be part of something like that again. I think it's a good way to review how we're doing and to target areas where we can improve.
Some consistent feedback we've had from the distributors themselves is that they like how we've involved them in that process, that they're becoming part of making our relationship better and working with us to sort some of the problems out that we've got and making their life easier and some of our business transactions smoother.